Local, live. Now from Central Oregon's news leader, this is Beyond the Score with Dylan Anderman, presented by Central Tire.
Hello Central Oregon and welcome back to Beyond the Score. Every Sunday we highlight the sports and the people that shape the athletic community right here in Central Oregon. Tonight we begin with a state champion swimmer who fought to swim at the collegiate level. Meet Hadley Hayes.
Yeah, I feel like with my life story, it kind of felt like another moment of not getting what you wanted and then being told, well, you know what? God probably has a plan for you.
Bend Swim Club's Hadley Hayes has battled adversity her entire life.
There's a lot of things that I've experienced that I know, like even a lot of the people on my club team have never had to do or had to experience.
For the Benton High graduate and standout swimmer, this spring, everything seemed to finally go her way when she committed to Cal Poly, her dream school in her dream location.
So I ended up going out on a visit, and then about a week and a half later is when I committed. When I went to my visit, it was like the best experience I could have asked for. Like, it was like leaving. I didn't want to leave. Like, I wanted to stay there.
But that dream was short-lived. In the blink of an eye, the university cut its swim and dive program, leaving Hadley without a team and without a plan.
You know, for that to be stripped away like 2 months later, to wake up to a text, you know, was like, man, you know, like I felt like I had everything there that I wanted. Like I had family there. I had a former teammate who actually swam on Benton Swim Club there, Malia Costa. And yeah, it checked all of my boxes, honestly.
Once again, she was facing adversity, something she's all too familiar with.
You know, like it's hard to hear when you've heard that so many times, like, well, you should be grateful that you have another opportunity, or you should be happy with, you know, whatever God has in plan. It's like, yes, I know, but that keeps happening, it feels like. So that was part of my heartbreak, it felt like just another time of where you didn't get what you wanted, you didn't even get what your backup like plan B.
Her whole life was all about facing challenge after challenge.
Like I feel like we've had to fight a lot harder to get the things that we have in a lot of ways, and I think the main thing that has really gotten me through that is just my faith in God, and like knowing that there's a hand that's still holding you even when you're doubting it and even when you don't believe it. Like, he's not gonna let you go, and that ultimately, like, it's going to be okay.
Raised by a single mom who worked multiple jobs, her mom did everything she could to give Hadley the same opportunities as others.
I mean, I feel like she really protected me in a lot of ways. Like, I feel like, you know, they're looking back, like I'm now like being older and going to college myself, like seeing and like rethinking of all the things that she was doing and all the things that she went through and shielded me from is like honestly just crazy to look back on. Like the innocence of a child is so like beautiful in the way that like being protected from that, like it was such a blessing.
And through it all, swimming became Hadley's safe haven.
So I am super busy, and so swimming is really like kind of just like a regulating. It's constant and it's routine. Like it's very like every day you have it.
The moment she hit the water, the stress and pressure melted away.
I do really enjoy it, and it gives you something to focus on too. So like when times do get hard, it's like you go to practice and you're like, well, for the next 2 hours, like just gonna focus on swimming, and you know, it kind of boosts you.
Swimming for the Bend Swim Club gave her more than training. It gave her a community and a second home.
I would say, I mean, even though like we have our ups and downs as like teammates, like, you know, there's always that whatever. I mean, I'd say especially like the seniors, like Campbell, Landon, and Holden. I feel like as an only child, like growing up with them, I feel really lucky to have experienced like growing up with them, and like, I'm gonna cry, like going to college, like, I feel like they really have been like a big part of my everyday life. Like, you know, you see them every day, and like they're a constant that you have, and like swimming itself is too. But like going to college and knowing like there's never going to be a point in your life again where you're going to see those people every day, it is a really hard transition. And I feel like they and other so many people around me have really shaped like who I am today. And like, I mean, I think swimming as a whole, like I don't know who I would be without it. Like I don't know what I would be doing, so yeah.
Now the state champion is headed to the University of Wyoming.
Wyoming is a great school. Like, the coaches are amazing. The swim team is absolutely amazing too. Like, they're all super sweet, super good, down to earth people, and I'm just really excited to see how my training goes. Like Coach Dave at Wyoming, he was a breaststroker and he's a breaststroke coach. So I'm, as a breaststroker like myself, I'm excited to see where that goes. And yeah, there's a really good, another thing I'm looking forward to is there's like a big, there's that Christian community there that they get together every week, and and so that's another thing I'm excited for too, with just going and yeah.
A change in plans, but nothing she can't handle.
Holding on to hope is in moments that's all you can do, and there are moments when you want to give up, but you have to realize your only option is to also keep pushing forward, and there is that light at the end of the tunnel. And whether that's swimming Division I or that's taking a gap year and going on whatever, there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
Hadley is swimming and training at the Bend Swim Club this summer until she heads to Wyoming in the fall.